Hello students, I am here with another video from the chapter Respiration in Organisms of class 7th NCERT book. Now before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have discussed in this lesson. So as you all know that we are discussing this lesson from past few days. So the lesson is almost complete. I have almost completed this lesson. So before starting today's video, I'm going to tell you a few things which we have studied in the last class. So we started with the lesson with the definition, the concept of respiration, the differences in the breathing and respiration. Then we also saw the different types of respiration, that is aerobic and anaerobic respiration, in detail. Then we have also seen the various organs of respiration which is present in the various animals, like we have seen in the insect, we have seen in amoeba, we have seen in the respiratory system of the human beings even. So we found that the respiratory system of human being is almost the complex one, because we all are multicellular animals, and therefore the organ of respiration is much more complex than any other organism or the animals. Okay, so we have seen this human respiratory system in details. Then lastly, I have discussed a few more concepts which are given in your NCERT book in the form of activities. And then for today I'm going to bring up the exercises question, because we have completed this explanation of this chapter. So you all must test your knowledge that what all things you all have understood. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss the exercises part which is given at the last of the chapter in your NCERT book. So let's begin today's video with the first question which is present in your NCERT book. So I move on to the first slide, that is showing you the question answers here, which is which is given in your NCERT book. Fine. So the first question says that an athlete breathe faster and deeper than usual after finishing the race. So why is it so that an athlete is going to breathe faster and deeper than the usual after finishing the race? So you all know that when we are racing or when we are running, then what happens, we require a large amount of oxygen for which has to reach to our lungs, isn't it? So for that we start breathing faster and faster. Now once we have started breathing faster and faster, then what happens, the requirement of oxygen increases. Now what happens, for fulfilling this oxygen demand in the body, our lung starts increasing the breathing rate so that more and more oxygen could enter in your lungs. Fine. So this will be the answer for the first question. I think if you have not understood, I'll just tell you the answer again. So the answer according to the book, we have seen, as we have studied in the chapter, we can see that whenever the athlete runs, his body needs more energy. In order to get extra energy, the athlete breathes faster, because more oxygen is supplied to the cells. Because once we are breathing, once we are running or doing any kind of heavy exercises, then what happens, we require increased amount of oxygen, which is being fulfilled by the increase in the inhalation, or that inhalation could be increased only when the breathing rate is going to increase. So for more energy, the body requires to increase the breathing rate faster. That is why these athletes are going to breathe up very fast when they are usually to finish the race. Okay, now we move on to the next question, which is saying that what is the similarities and the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So we saw a large number of similarities and differences in the aerobic and anaerobic respiration in the last day. Also I have discussed the same thing, and then in the video you will be finding the answer very easily, as in the tabular form it is already given that what are the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So as far as the explanation was there, so we know that aerobic respiration is the respiration in which oxygen is required, and anaerobic respiration is the respiration where oxygen is not required. Okay, now food oxidation is going to take place in the absence of oxygen. That is known as the aerobic respiration, whereas when the oxygen is required in while means for the oxidation of food, then it is known as the aerobic respiration. So the main difference is the presence and absence of oxygen in your for the oxidation of food. Okay, now next difference, next is the similarity would be, what would be the similarity? So you have to write down the similarities as well as differences. So what would be the similarities first? So the similarities between aerobic and anaerobic respiration would be the food is going to oxidize in both these cases. Okay, so food is going to oxidize in both these cases. Which cases we are talking about? We are talking about aerobic as well as anaerobic respiration, where the breathing means where the oxidation of food is taking place in both the cases. Now what would be the difference? So the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration will be that aerobic respiration is a respiration which ends up in the means which is going to require oxygen, and anaerobic respiration is a respiration where oxygen is not required, which takes place in the absence of oxygen. Okay, absence of oxygen. Now what we next difference could be that whenever the aerobic respiration takes place, when the aerobic respiration is taking place, then what happens? The end product is always energy, the oxygen means the carbon dioxide and the water. Only these three things are found. And what about anaerobic respiration? This in anaerobic respiration, it is of two types. You all know that one is the alcoholic fermentation and the next one is the lactic acid fermentation. So these are the few differences which are given in your book also, and we all have discussed it in the videos, in the past videos also. So you will be able to write the answer. So the differences could be more than 2 or 3 differences will be present in your it is given in your book also. So you can write down these differences. You can write down the reactions also in the form of differences. Okay, so reactions, so the reactions could also be there. Okay, it could also be there in the form of the differences, where you can write down that food plus oxidation, food plus oxygen is going to give rise to the energy plus CO2 plus H2O. This will be the answer for the aerobic respiration reaction. And what about anaerobic respiration reactions? The same thing will be there. Glucose plus in the absence of oxygen, write down the absence of oxygen, it gives lactic acid, and in the second part that it is going to give rise to the alcohol, and energy plus water will be utilized. Okay, so you could write down the answer in a tabular form for writing the difference, and normally you can write down in paragraph for the similarities. Few more similarities could also be included on your own. Fine. Now next thing is the third question, which says that when do we often sneeze when we inhale a lot of dust laden? Why do we often sneeze when we inhale a lot of dust laden air? So what is this dust laden air? We have already discussed it just yesterday only. I have discussed that whenever we are inhaling in such a polluted air, then what happens? So in the polluted air, the dust particles are going to enter inside your nose, and it is going to irritate the skin of your nose, and then what happens? As a result, you start sneezing and coughing. So that is the reason because of which we often start sneezing while we inhale the dust laden air. Okay, dust laden air means it is full of dust. So whenever the dust particles are entering our nostrils, it triggers the message to the brain. Now what happens? Why, from where is this brain coming in the picture? So this brain is only responsible for giving the signals, and the signal is going to be starting from where it is going to start from your nostrils of your nose, where it has been irritated with the help of the dust particles which is coming from the outside environment. Okay, so what happens when it is going to tell your brain that something wrong is going on, and we should not inhale such a dust laden air. So what happens? We start sneezing because there is the irritation in your nose, where in the nose hair, in the nostril hair, which is present in the skin. Okay, and then what happens? This is going to remove, the sneezing is going to remove the unwanted dust particles from your nostrils. Okay, so this is a type of a defense mechanism used in your body. Fine. Next is question number 4. Now what is this question number 4 telling you about? Take 3 test tubes, fill 3/4 of each of the test tube with water. Okay, you need to take 3 test tubes and you need to fill A and label it as A, B and C. Okay, then what happens? Keep the snail in a test tube A. You have to keep the snail in test tube A. Okay, and a water plant in test tube B. Okay, in this you will keep water plant. Fine. Next, in test tube C, keep a snail and the plant both. You need to keep snail and the plant both in this third test tube. Which test tube is going to have the maximum amount of concentration of carbon dioxide? Now please remember that in the first you are keeping an animal, in the second you are keeping a plant, and in the last one you are keeping an animal as well as a plant, both the things in the common in the C test tube. Now what do you think that which test tube is going to have the maximum concentration of CO2? Maximum concentration means maximum amount of carbon dioxide. As you all know that the carbon dioxide is produced by the release of the means it is going to produce by the animals because of the result, it is the result of exhalation. So who is going to exhale? Carbon dioxide is going to exhale only by the snail, and snail was kept in test tube number A. So this test tube which is containing snail, which is an animal, is going to give rise to the maximum concentration of the carbon dioxide, because during this and the second part, what in this B test tube what is happening, the water plant is kept. So this water plant is going to use up all the oxygen which is present in this environment, because it is going to do the photosynthesis. So for photosynthesis it requires carbon dioxide. That is why what happens, it is not going to be present, means carbon dioxide will be absent in the surrounding. Next thing, what is there, the in the last test tube we have kept both the plants and animals as well. So what happens, so this plant is going to give out the oxygen, the animal is going to utilize the oxygen, and then what will happen, it is going to give rise to means the plant which is present there, it is going to utilize that carbon dioxide which is given by the snail, and it is going to photosynthesize. In return the plant is going to give oxygen, so the concentration of oxygen and carbon dioxide will be balanced. Now what happens, what will be the answer according to your book? So living organisms releases carbon dioxide during respiration, whereas plant utilizes carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. So the test tube A is going to have the highest concentration of carbon dioxide, because carbon dioxide as it comes only from the respiration of the snail. Okay, so I also told you the same thing, that in test tube A is going to have the highest concentration of the carbon dioxide, as only the animal is responsible for increasing the amount of carbon dioxide in this test tube, as because of the which is found as a result of the respiration in the animals. Okay, so that is why test tube A is going to have the highest concentration of CO2. Fine. And then what happens in test tube B and C? In test tube B and C, the carbon dioxide is utilized by the plant and photosynthesis, because of photosynthesis, and there will be less concentration of carbon dioxide, because in the test tube C both the animals and the plants are present. Fine. So this will be the answer for the next question in this question number 4. Now question number 5th, what does this say? This question number 5th is about tick the correct options. So this tick the correct option is going to means question is there, and you have to tick the best option which is present in the which is given in the form of options. Okay, so the first question says, in cockroaches air enters through body. Okay, through body, from where it is entering in the cockroach. See, as you could remember, the respiration in the various organisms, in that part we have studied about the tracheal system. Okay, tracheal system of respiration. Now this tracheal system is there, which is going to help in the respiration in the insects, and where we saw that lungs are not present in that tracheal system, gills are not present in that tracheal system, skin is also not helpful in the respiration in these insects, as cockroach is an insect. So what is left with, we are only left with the spiracle. So spiracle is the right answer, as spiracles are the openings in the body of the in the body of the insects, which is going to help to take up the oxygen, to utilize the oxygen from the surrounding which is present. Okay, so it helps in the intake of the air in the insects. Fine. So this is the part where the air is entering into the body through spiracles in the animals. In the animals, it means in the insects, that is cockroach. Fine. Now we go on to the next question of fifth part, that is question number B. The second part of this question, that is question number B. During heavy exercises, we get cramps in the legs due to the accumulation of. Now, where we have studied this concept of cramps, so this concept of cramp we have studied in anaerobic respiration part, where we saw that whenever we are running or doing heavy exercises, then what happens? The energy is required more in the lungs. So, in the muscles. So, our muscles also starts respiring because it is not going to, because the demand of oxygen is not fulfilled by the lungs only. So, what happens? The anaerobic respiration starts, and because of anaerobic respiration, the muscles, the glucose in the muscles is going to be broken down in the absence of oxygen. As a result, this lactic acid is formed. We get cramps due to this accumulation of the lactic acid. Accumulation means, I have told you that with this lactic acid is going to form in the it is going to be present in the muscle cells in between the muscular tissues as in the form of groups. Okay, so this will be the answer for the next question, that is this cramp is because of the accumulation of lactic acid. Next is the next question. We move on to the third question, that is question number C, that is saying normal range of breathing per minute in an average adult person is. What would be the answer? Yesterday I told you in Amazing Facts, where we discussed some facts about related with the lungs. So we saw that in the normal breathing rate per minute, in one of the adult requires almost 15 to 18 times the breathing rate becomes from 15 to 18 times in an adult. Okay, so the average breathing rate in an adult is 15 to 18 times. So this will be the answer for third C part. Now we move on to the D part. During exhalation, the ribs, they are going to move outwards, or the option number B, it is going to move downwards, or it is going to move upwards, or it is not going to move at all. So if you feel like what is happening during exhalation, what is happening to your ribs, I think you all should take a deep breath and then exhale. How will you feel that? What happens if you take a deep breath during inhalation and during exhalation? What is happening to your ribs? So rib cage is going to move, as you could feel that it is moving downwards. Okay, so the answer will be, it is going to move downwards during exhalation. It is going to come back to its original place from where we have started in the respiration. Okay, so in the breathing during exhalation, the accumulation the ribs is going to move downwards once we are exhaling the carbon dioxide. And next is the question number 6, which is match the column, and that is a very easy question. I feel that you all could all answer this question very easily. The column number 1 have certain names, and in column number 2 also is written, some names are written there, and means some things, some hints are given there. So you have to match the particular word in column A with column B with its proper matching. Now the first is A, that is east. So this east is going to be matched with which one? So the correct option could be this third part. So because east is helpful in the formation of the alcohol, so we will match it with the third option. Okay, now next is that, so you could write A here. Next is the diaphragm. Diaphragm is going to be matched with which word which is given in your second column, that is earthworm, gills, chest cavity, stomata, and then lungs and the skin and trachea. So this diaphragm is related with the chest cavity. Yes, it is correct. So it is going to match with this chest cavity. So B is going to match with this chest cavity. Okay, next is the question number C, skin. Skin is going to be related with this earthworm. Okay, because skin respiration is only present in the earthworms. Fine, so the C will be matched with this earthworm. Then next is question number D, that is leaves. Leaves means it is only the stomata which is present on the leaf, so the answer for matching this D will be stomata. Next is the fish, which is going to be matched with the gills only, because you know that fishes, the respiratory organ in fish is the gill. Okay, so these gills are always related with the fishes, so mark it as E. Okay, next is frog. What we are left with is lungs and skin, and we are left with trachea. So trachea is present in the insects, so frog is not an insect. Then next we will see that frog is going to respire through both the respiratory organs, that is the lungs and skin. So the last one will be the extra part, which is going to be which is not going to be used at all. So for using this, you need to have the option of insects. Fine. So this is how we are going to match the column, and this will be very easy. I think this will be the very easy question for you all to answer this. Okay, now we move on to the next question, that is question number 7. You have to mark true and false in this statements. So the first question is, during heavy exercise the breathing rate of a person slows down. True or false? You know that during exercises we require more oxygen, it means breathing rate is going to increase, it means it is a false statement. Next is, plants carry out photosynthesis only during day and respiration during night time. So what will be the option? So this is false statement again, because we have studied that in the plants respiration and respiration and photosynthesis both occurs simultaneously in the day and night as well, both the times. So but what happens during daytime, the photosynthesis is increasing. So this photosynthesis part is increased during daytime, so the rate of respiration is going to be decreased. That is why we are not able to feel, so these plants are not able to feel the respiration during daytime. That is why we say that only the photosynthesis is going on, but it is not true. Both the processes of the both the processes are responsible for the life of these plants. That is why they are respiring as well as photosynthesizing the food. Okay, so this option will be false. The third question is, frogs breathe through their skins as well as their lungs. So frog is going to breathe through the skin as well as lungs. Yes, just now we marked that it is a true, because in the last fill in the blanks, in this last match the column, we saw that frog is going to breathe through lungs as well as skin. So this answer will be the true. Next is, fishes have lungs for respiration. Yes, the fish have lungs for the fish is having lungs for respiration. Is it true or false? It is very easy that it is a false statement, because fish are going to breathe through gills only. Next is the last part of this true and false, which is saying that the size of the chest cavity increases during inhalation. Is it true or false? So yes, the chest cavity is going to increase when you are breathing in oxygen, because you need to give space to your lungs. That is why the size of the chest cavity increases when you are breathing in or inhalation. So breathing in or inhalation, both are the same things. So during inhalation your chest cavity increases, so that you could take up more and more oxygen from the air. Next is question number 8. This 8th question is saying, given below is a square of letters. So these are the square of letter I must show you. So this is a checkerboard. It is just like a puzzle. It is a crossword. You have to match these, means you have to find out the words. So you need to find out in which the hidden different words are related to respiration of an organism is related there. So this checkerboard consists of many words which is related with the chapter respiration. Okay, so we are going to discuss this. From the part of this respiration, words are related. The words related to respiration is given in this checkerboard. You need to find out those words and you have to mark, and hints are given below. Next, what is this question more? It is saying these words may be present in any direction. So please remember the directions. The directions are upward, downwards, or along the diagonals. So these could be either on the upward side or on the downward or on the diagonal side. Now first you need to find out the respiratory system. You need clues about the words and given below in the square. So you need to find out the words which is given here. The first one is the air tubes in insects. So the air tubes in insects, you know that the air tubes in insect is trachea. So the answer for this question will be trachea. You need to find out the word which is given here in trachea. So where is this trachea given? So you will find out whether it is diagonally, whether it is the straight words, or it is in the straight or across, or it is downward. So we can see that this trachea is given here. So this is trachea, Trachea. So this one is present here. Similarly, you will find out more words. I'll just discuss the options here which are given. So the answer for the first question will be trachea. Next is the skeletal system structure present in the chest cavity. So the skeletal structure which is present in the chest cavity is the diaphragm. Okay. Now you need to find out where is this diaphragm given. So you will find out that this diaphragm is given here. Okay, so this is diaphragm. Next is the muscular floor of the chest cavity. So what is this? The skeletal, I'm so sorry, this second question will be the skeletal system, means it is not the skeletal system. Diaphragm is not the skeletal system, it is the ribs. So you have to find out the ribs in this checkerboard. So you will find the ribs are given here in this column. So the second question will be, answer to the second question will be ribs. Next is the muscular floor, this is diaphragm. Okay, next is the tiny pores in the leaves, this is stomata. You need to find out where is the stomata given here. Okay, next the small openings on the sides of the insect is spiracles. Okay, we have just now studied. Next is question number 6, the respiratory organ of human beings. It is lungs, which is given here, you could see. Okay, similarly you could make more, you can find out these words which is given in the form of the hints. Now next, the seventh part of the hint, the seventh part is saying that the openings through which we inhale, so these are the nostrils. Okay, so the answer will be nostrils. Next is an anaerobic organism. An anaerobic organism is yeast, which you have studied here. So where is this yeast present? You can find out. The yeast is where is this yeast present? In this checkerboard. Okay, now next is this, next is the last question, that is an organism which is breathing through the tracheal system. So you need to find out where is this animal present, where which is breathing through the tracheal system. It means it is some of the insect. So any insect which is like ant is present here. Where is this ant present? You just find out it is it is present in the place like here. So you could find out this ant, it's present here. Okay, so you need to write down this this hints in your notebook, and you cannot draw the checkerboard in your notebook. So you can solve the checkerboard in your book, and you need to write down the these questions in the form of the one word answer in your notebook. Fine. So this we have studied, and this also these types of questions we have solved earlier also, and it is very easy for you all to solve, and it is very interesting also to solve these kinds of questions in the notebook. And you can find much more many more types of these checkerboards which are present in the other resources also, and you could find and make it interesting, and you could also learn the new words. Now I feel that if you are not able to solve these, if you're not able to understand the question which is related, I mean the any word which is not understandable by you all, you could ask in your online class. Fine. So here the words which are being used here is always, it is related with the chapter of respiration. So you need to know all these words which is present in your in this checkerboard. Okay, so many more other words will be there. You could find out more words which is related to this. Next is the question number 9, where it is going to tell, it is asking one more question, that is mountaineers carry oxygen with them. Who are mountaineers? So mountaineers are the people those who are climbing the mountains. Okay, so mountaineers, they carry oxygen. You could see also in the pictures that these mountaineers who are trekking or who are just climbing these mountains, you would see that they are carrying an oxygen cylinder with them. Why they are carrying oxygen cylinder? So the first option for this question is, and at an altitude more than 5 kilometers there is no air. Okay, the next is the B question. The B hint is there. This B hint is saying the amount of air available for the person is less than that of the available on the ground. So is it so that the amount of oxygen is less in the when we are reaching at the height of the mountain? Okay, next is the last one, is the temperature of an air of air is higher than that of the ground. Okay, if the temperature is more in the mountains, no, it cannot be possible, because you know that on mountains we could find snow over there. So it is not the temperature would not be very high. So this could not be the option for the this could not be the choice of the right option. Okay, and then the last part says the pressure of the air is higher than on the ground. No, the the pressure of the air is not higher, because the pressure of the air is higher at the ground, so it is lower at the altitude. Okay, so the answer for this question will be the ground air is available for a person is less, the amount of ground air which is present for a person is less than that of the available on the height. Okay, so at the height what happens, we can find very less amount of oxygen which is present over there. That is why we need to carry an oxygen cylinder, so the person should not die because of the absence of oxygen. So for this, B option will be correct, because there is less amount of oxygen present on the altitude. Fine. And the pressure is also very low, because of which the person is not able to breathe properly, the mountaineers are not able to breathe properly. That is why there is a necessity for them to carry an oxygen cylinder with them for when they are climbing the mountain. Okay, so with this we have completed the chapter respiration in organisms of your NCERT book, and I hope you all have understood the questions, and you all have also understood the chapters, and if you find any problem you can discuss it with me anytime. So this was all about today's lecture. This was all about the lesson respiration in organisms, and I will meet you all with the next video, with the next chapter to be discussed in the next class. Fine, so that is all about today's video. Thank you children for watching the video.